What's up, guys? This is Radio. It's E3 week again. Awesome. And awesome, guys. Say hi.
Very
What's up?
awesome. Hi. Where'd Jacob go?
Hey,
I don't know
Josh,
who
don't say
Jacob
hi.
is. But we got Jacob. We got Josh. We got
What?
me,
That was me.
Radio.
I'm the one that said hi.
We're talking E3 again. This time we are going to be talking about EA. Yeah. So let's get into it. Need for Speed, guys. Were we impressed at all?
We're starting with the.
Oh well. Oh. Hello.
Cool.
E3. Need for Speed.
Yeah.
Say something.
EA press conference earlier. Not EA. Microsoft press conference earlier. Like that just looked way better than Forza or than Need for Speed. Kind of blew Need for Speed out of the water, I think.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I hate to bring up
And
the
you can't
Microsoft
play.
thing.
You can't play as cops. So that was a little discouraging.
Yeah. It's kind of a wait and see for me. Forza looked pretty fantastic compared to this. That's kind of a different genre of racing, though. If you've ever played the two,
That's true, I guess.
Need for
I
Speed
mean,
is
Need for Speed is fun in its own way, but
yeah, it's different. So I've been moderately impressed by the recent ones. We'll see if this one can. I'm kind of on the fence here.
I thought the trailer reminded me of like Fast and Furious for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, and that's kind of like a summation of the Need for Speed series. That's
Yeah.
kind of what they go for. More of a,
It's all about
you know,
family, bro.
no,
It's all about
I don't know. Yeah,
pre-plan.
it's never goodbye or whatever. Anyway, yeah, that's about all I have for Need for Speed.
That's
it
it.
just like I didn't the trailer that they had. I just didn't like one like how the camera functioned, especially in turns. I didn't like the way they did that,
No, it's just
and it
it's just
just
a
like
trailer.
doesn't graphically compare to no, but it wasn't no,
Don't
it was
compare. If
gameplay
you're gonna
in
compare
the
graphics to Forza, that's not fair entirely because it's like
the cars should look equal if they're
no,
gonna
because if the
if they're
game
gonna
plays better than Forza, Forza's like it's just like more of a looks game.
What did we have as the release date on Forza? Sorry to interrupt. I was just
This is
curious.
coming out this year, later this year. I think in September. I don't
Is it this year?
remember the
Okay, I
exact
just
date.
Need for Speed. They announced was November 3rd, so it's coming up pretty quick. Again, it's kind of coming out in a packed time. I don't know if it's gonna
September
get much attention.
15th is Forza
Oh,
Motorsport 6.
Forza. I see. I think that's for racing games. I think that's a lot better coming out earlier before the rush. I think Need for Speed's gonna have a hard time, and I just don't think it's gonna sell as well.
I don't think either are gonna sell well. So
Forza
Uh,
will.
we'll see. I think
Forza
Forza will,
will.
but yeah. So that
all right.
But yeah, I mean it looks okay. It doesn't
Let's
look
move on.
terrible.
Let's move on because this game's not gonna really matter anyways. Star Wars
ouch.
Old Republic expansion. Just an
Uh,
expansion. I don't think there's
My
much
first
There
thought
was
was
no
people
gameplay?
still play that game?
Yeah.
That was my first thought.
Yeah. It's I think it's still free to play. It's kind of a freemium game. CG trailer looked absolutely like gorgeous, but means nothing about the game. I kind of enjoy the CG trailers more than the game itself, to be honest, when I actually played the game. So, they said the expansion's launching in October. Um, I don't think they really got too much into the story from what I remember.
I honestly
So,
wasn't paying too much attention during that because like I don't have
yeah,
Old
no, I
Republic.
that's understandable. Honestly, like there's really not much you can pull from that trailer other than there's two like twin brothers and they're complete badasses and they kill a lot of people with their lightsabers. Um,
Is that it?
so I'm not really sure where that's gonna go. I don't know what it's gonna add to the game.
Nothing.
Might be something to look at if you're into that kind of game.
Yep. All right. Let's go ahead and go into Plants vs Zombies. I think it was on the Xbox press conference, but we held it off to the EA one. Oh, no, did we talk about? No, we did talk about it. Never mind. I'm stupid.
We did talk about it a little bit, yeah. Pretty much
We
like
mentioned
Xbox Splatoon.
Yeah, there we go.
I guess.
Pretty much it. Nothing too special about this
Let me get
game.
my.
I mean, obviously there's no paint, but like
Just a sequel.
I think the first one was kind of a hidden gem, if that's, for that kind of genre. I personally didn't play it pretty much ever, I think. From what it seems, they're just, adding a few game modes. Game looks better. There's a lot more playable characters this time around. I think before, like, each class had like 5 playable characters. And it will feature completely free DLC. So, should be interesting.
It's always nice for DLC.
Yeah, that's always nice. Developer.
Sure.
Hopefully this doesn't turn around into EA annual franchise mode.
Probably
but
will.
We'll see.
Unraveled.
Well-
Let's go ahead and go into Unraveled.
The first thing I thought when I saw Unraveled was like they were just jealous of Woolly World. Like, and it was really strange because the developer, they had the developer, or like the lead designer, I believe it was actually, for the game,
Yeah.
come out on stage, and he brought the little like yarn doll with him that he like made himself, and he was treating it like he was 5 years old. It was really kind of awkward.
A little weird.
And he was talking about how he was like went into the woods and like came up with this game, and like he was taking pictures with the
He was
doll in the
probably doing
woods while he was on a
shrooms, let's be
camping trip.
honest.
It was really strange.
Well, the
But
nice
like
okay,
it
what this
looks
game
like just Woolly World, not like entirely animated graphics. Like it looked like obviously it looks
Yeah.
like ground and mountains and stuff like that instead of like Nintendo's like just yarn world.
Yeah. I
But-
really think it looks, just looking at the trailer, it's definitely a really cool project. And I think for a 2D or a side scroller platformer, it definitely looks pretty cool when I was just watching the gameplay. I mean, it was definitely it was a little strange, but it looked cool. It's kind of cool to see new stuff.
One thing that
Oh,
threw
no.
me off was that. Sorry, go ahead if you're. I don't
No,
know.
no, it kind of reminded me. You guys never. I don't think you got into Ori and the Blind Forest, but it was It was a side scroller platformer, and it was like it was kind of a sleeper hit, and I think this looks like it has potential to be a nifty side scroller.
He talked about a lot how it's supposed to be like, kind of like, not just a platformer, but a little bit of, like, not puzzle is not the right word, but like, you're supposed to figure out like where to like sling yourself to like get through, and like use a combination of like
Yeah,
different
I mean,
like hooks and stuff like that to get across. But they made
Yeah.
it seem like you were gonna have like a limited amount of yarn to work with. But in
Yeah,
watching the
it's
gameplay, it
not
looked like
puzzle
it was
elements.
infinite.
true, and I mean maybe
Looked
that
like
was
it
just
was-
for demonstration
They'll
purposes.
probably have more
I mean, visually it
information
looked great
later.
though. It looked pretty beautiful, honestly. So
All
good
right.
things coming out of that.
Let's get into the sports games. Obviously, FIFA, Madden, and NBA Live are their sports games. Oh, I think they have the PGA game, but no one really cares about golf. So, NBA Live, but yeah, basically are their sports games or their annual release. I don't think we're excited for that game at all, right? Because I know none of us are interested.
NBA Live?
So,
Yeah, it just seemed pretty
I
The
know
standard.
one,
last
the
year's
one thing that was good. There was one thing, and that was the facial recognition for like putting your
Yeah.
face in the game.
It's
That was
pretty
the only
interesting.
thing I took from that.
That was it. Facial recognition done.
It was good. Like it was like they like had a guy come on stage or whatever, and you like hold your face for their app, and it like scans you into the game, and it worked really. At least the on-stage demonstration worked really well, and that was pretty cool.
That's cool. And then Madden, they had like a short little trailer that I saw. Had some rap music in it. Kind of a little weird. I don't even know who's on the cover, to be honest with you. I don't know who that is. He's like a Giants receiver.
I'm not sure either.
Odell
I'm looking
Beckham
for it.
Jr. Odell Beckham
Oh
Jr.
yeah. That makes sense.
Um,
Okay, well, good for
so-
him. He made a lot of money.
Good for him. Made his
I've kind of
career.
lost.
He made one
lost
catch and he
faith.
got on the Madden cover.
Yeah, I kind of
He's
I
made a
played the
couple.
last Madden. It was not amazing. It was gameplay is slow still compared to like NCAA. I wish that franchise was still here. But unfortunately, people like getting paid and or want to get paid while they're going to school. So,
Yeah. Now I know you all just want to talk about the next one. That's why
yeah,
you're skipping,
FIFA
like, all the other
probably the
ones.
biggest title, probably not even just for us, but like for in general. It's I think it's one of EA's biggest titles, to be honest with you, compared to like even to the shooters and shit.
Definitely. It's a
Um,
like Madden is just US. FIFA's
yeah,
global.
yeah, global, and then it also probably makes EA a ton of money, not just by sales, but also microtransactions. So I think this one's
Yeah.
equally as important as you compare it to like Mirror's Edge or even to like Mass Effect. It's that big, and it's an annual title, which is insane. Um, I think yeah, Jacob talked about the slide tackling in the middle of the slide tackle. If like your player has a trait, that's a certain trait. I don't know what they're calling it yet, but like he can pop up. Graphically, I think it looks a little bit better. Like Harry Kane looked like Harry Kane in real life. Um,
The
but
stadiums that they have at the beginning of that
yeah,
trailer look really
they
good
look
too.
gorgeous. Yes, they definitely do. Also, actually, I know one thing I did notice is that I like the more the bigger the player, like I think the less they kind of look like them. I don't know. They didn't look good to me for like the bigger players, like Ronaldo and like some of the
Oh really?
yeah.
Oh,
For
I
some
didn't
reason,
really get that feel.
I didn't. I like they looked. They didn't like when I looked at like Julian Draxler and I looked at yeah, like Harry Kane, which are not. I mean, they're big players, but they're not. They're younger players that are not as well known. But like I was like getting a like why are they? Why did they look exactly? Maybe they volunteered, like they wanted to be in the game, and then when they did the facial thing, the facial scans, they're like, oh yeah, I'll totally do it. And then maybe like the
Yeah,
bigger players, they
maybe.
didn't actually go in for their facial scans, and they just did it. I don't know, like you know what I mean? They just created it off of, like past pictures and stuff. But I don't know. Messi's tattoos are in this one actually. I noticed that.
Yeah, he's the only one though.
Yeah.
Coming from
They
a
didn't add
novice,
tattoos for everyone.
coming from a novice FIFA player, it seems like they put a lot of emphasis on defending, which is very
They
good.
need to fix that.
I was like oh, I just got wrecked. The developer that I saw talking about it, they like he was really trying to convince the guy that was interviewing that they were like focusing on everything. The guy specifically
Yeah.
brought up goalkeeping and pretty much said like, you guys messed this up pretty hardcore last year. What are you doing to fix that? And he like kind of skirted the question. He was like, oh, we're putting just as
Yeah.
much time into it this year as we did last year, but like it was never one of the things that they mentioned in like their like confidence in defending something midfield. Like they had like all these like phrases, and they keep bringing up like, oh, confidence in defending. Um, One thing I'm excited for is that like in theory, you're supposed to be able your back. So like say you're playing a back four, they're supposed to be able to keep their shape a lot better. It happened too often in like FIFA 14 and FIFA 15. If you like pick your left back and move like attack someone, your entire defense like follows your left back, and so it leaves gaps that shouldn't be there at all.
Yeah.
And I know that they're moving away from. I think the problem with that was is that they focused too much on man marking, and this year they're shifting the focus back to zone, kind of more of a zonal defense. So like the gameplay that I was watching, they were playing, they were showing the gameplay in slow motion, so you could see like the players reacting to different things, and so like it looked like the AI, especially the midfielders, did a lot better job of like covering for defenders if they were out of position and like filling the gaps. Um, they're also putting a bigger emphasis on playing through the midfield. They say that like in previous titles, it's been too easy to just like kind of bomb the ball down the field. Like you go from defense to attack like instantly.
Yeah.
So they made defensive, both the backline and the midfielders have like better interception traits, and then like so it's harder to pass just straight through the midfield, like just putting a through ball through the midfield.
Yeah.
So they're not necessarily forcing you to build up play through the middle, but they're making it harder to just go straight
Yeah,
to your front three or front two or
run
however you
goals
play.
basically,
Yeah.
and that fixes a lot
So
of
it-
problems.
It could be good.
Like online.
It could be good.
Sounds dead. Another FIFA, another year. Hopefully they fix it. Maybe I'll
Oh,
get
and they're
back into
adding
it.
women.
Yeah,
They're adding the women's.
Women team, yeah.
Yeah, I was talking. Remember, we had that conversation with
much.
Carly. I was like, Carly, if you got this game, would you play as a woman? She was like, no. I was
Yeah.
like, and she plays.
Kidding me?
soccer,
It's the
so-
Women's World Cup right now.
It's only 12. It's only 12 teams too. It's
Obviously,
not even
I think
like.
they'll expand that by like the end of the its cycle, but like,
I don't know. I don't really expect them to, because I don't expect it to be that big of a hit.
yeah, but like, it just depends. I'm not too sure on what's gonna happen.
I wonder if there'll be an ultimate team. That'll be interesting.
Oh great, I'm carrying money now.
All right.
All right, so let's.
Well, we still have a lot of conference to go over. so-
Mirror's Edge.
No gameplay, at least on the during the
Yeah, I
conference.
think it was
There's no
just
gameplay.
Trailer.
it's just
Just
a
a
short
cinematic.
little.
Mirror's Edge 2 confirmed.
It looks great though.
Says that
really good.
supposedly they're going to tell the origin story of Faith.
Yeah,
in
I
the
don't like
city,
that.
so
I didn't want a
Could be
prequel.
interesting.
I wanted to see.
I don't think it matters. The gameplay was like really unique.
I don't
so
like prequels. We already established this.
well, oh well.
Prequel shit. Star Wars.
I-
Got it wrong.
Everyone's just waiting for the next two in the announcement chain that are like the biggest ones. So
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good game.
It'll be.
I
decent.
really like the first one. I liked the first one that they did.
Yeah,
Which is
we know that.
really, I want to say what, like 7 years old now, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
even
been a
longer
long
than
time.
that. I'm not sure.
it's definitely enough
It was
time.
early in the
to
360 cycle, I think.
Where the hell am I going?
The first Mirror's
I have no
Edge.
idea. Oh wow. This is terrible.
I really like how the first person like parkour works.
It's
Like
definitely
it's
cool.
really they had it down pretty smooth in the first game, so I expect.
I thought
it
it-
to
yeah,
be
it
good.
looked
if they
good,
just
like
smooth
the
it down a little
mechanics.
bit more, it'll be pretty good.
There's apparently no gunfights in this game, which is
It's
taking
good. I thought
a
the
step
guns
away
were
from
kind of
the
frustrating.
original. I know the original
But
did have at least armed enemies. I don't remember whether or not you could pick up a weapon.
I think you
Think you
can.
could.
I think
Yeah,
I think you could.
I think there was an achievement for going through the whole game without shooting.
Yeah,
if
it
I
was
remember
just it
correctly.
wasn't necessary. I remember it just being not really. It just felt awkward. Wasn't the point
It's
of
kind
the
of like
game.
Dishonored,
and-
how like you can go through the game however you want to, kind of. If
Eh,
you want to like just karate chop people through the whole game, you can.
I don't. I'm not so sure about that. I think Dishonored pulls that off with grace. Mirror's Edge didn't really do that. There was really.
The
Alright.
original didn't, but this is supposed to be
Yeah,
operating kind of on the same.
we'll see.
premise.
Oh my
Anyway,
God. Where are
which of the next two giants are we talking about next? Review?
I think the last two. I think was let's go with the Mass Effect then, because I think
we know. Okay, we'll go with Mass Effect.
yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda confirmed. Obviously, last year they told us that hey we're working on Mass Effect, and now they're showing us it. So
Yeah.
it was just a trailer. I didn't see any of the other details that I could really see. Looks like we're going into
It's
a new
it's gonna
galaxy.
be a new galaxy far, far away and a very
Yes.
long time later. So kind of a nice way to easy way to wipe the slate clean. I'm kind of excited that they're doing that instead of trying to continue trying to revive
sequels.
Shepard for like
Yeah.
the 5th time.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't need any.
And we all know how the ending of Mass Effect 3 totally just ruined the internet and everybody's lives. So
Yep, we found out about.
kind of glad they're starting new. Yeah, thank you, Rio.
Way to spoil it.
But yeah, I'm excited. But yeah, just cinematic and
I'm about to die.
yeah, details were sparse. It's a new story, completely new.
I
New
don't
worlds.
want to say like I like how they are completely wiping the slate. It's really nice. Something
Yeah.
different.
Refreshing. Anyway, on to
I think the
What's
biggest,
everyone's favorite topic?
probably, the second biggest game at this E3. What's it called?
second biggest. What was the first biggest?
Fallout.
Fallout, bud. Come
What
on.
are you talking?
God, I thought. Okay, well,
No, you can't-
opinions.
No, there's no
Love
opinion.
him, you
It's-
hate him.
it's- No,
You can't say that.
Your opinion's invaluable. Sorry, sir.
I think it's been longer since a Battlefront came out than since a Fallout came out. So my opinion is completely valid.
No.
Yeah, but Star Wars games are down a dozen, though.
Hype-wise, I think Battlefront.
Oh, what?
If
Well,
Battlefront came out a couple years ago, then I think yes. But I think the hype, it's not the hype, but like the excitement isn't the
It's what
same.
if we cared about hype? We care about quality.
I know that, Joshua. But anyways, Battlefront. One trailer that they released at the conference, and then they released another trailer after that. The game looks good, right? Am I not seeing the same
Great.
thing?
It does look pretty good.
You can definitely, I don't want to like really say it, but you can definitely feel the influences that Battlefield has had on DICE and how it shapes their development. Just seeing how like the flow of the game and how the game modes work, it definitely has like a Battlefield S to it.
That's kind
I
of
was
what
getting.
I'm afraid of.
Well,
I know
okay, I'm not saying like
we've talked about this
gunplay or
before.
details. Oh, I know.
Well, but I'm not talking about the weapons and stuff like that. Like I'm concerned like what helped make the original Battlefield games was the fact that there was like
Battlefront
hundreds of
or
AI.
Battlefield?
Battlefront, sorry.
Okay.
Battlefront.
It's all good.
There were like hundreds of AI running around to help add to the like sense of scale.
Yeah.
Like that it was a big battle.
Well,
I'm
I
concerned
don't know
that...
if there were hundreds. It was a PlayStation 2, remember? Yeah.
Okay. Well, numerous.
It was enough. I get what
AI.
you're saying. And maybe
It was enough to like fill the map for the most part. And like obviously the maps weren't as big as they are now, but I'm concerned that if Battlefront operates like Battlefield does, you're going to be like 20 on 20 on this huge planet, and there's going to be a whole bunch of just empty space, and there's going to be like one X-Wing and one TIE fighter that everyone's going to sit in their spawn waiting for the TIE fighter to spawn so they
yeah,
can pick it.
I see where you're coming from. I know that's Battlefield problems.
Just like in Battlefield, how everyone fights for the fighters and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, it's obviously something to think about, but that's why I said I was kind of afraid to make that comparison because they're obviously separate games. I just feel there's some influence in how the flow of the game works, like on how like in the trailer on Hoth that we saw, it was kind of an assault game mode. I think it was called like the AT-AT assaults, where you kind of just barrel through the rebels and take objectives as you go along this daisy chain map.
Did you just
that
say AT-AT?
expands. It's a quick way of saying AT-AT.
It's a dumb way of saying AT-AT.
I'll take it easy. But, I mean, I'm sure everyone that's listening to this has seen the trailer, or I hope so. If you haven't, go watch it.
Yeah.
Both trailers, Hoth, and there was
The
a
Tatooine
co-op.
was more of like a wave. It seemed more like
I thought
a
that
wave
was
defense.
interesting. Yeah, it was like a wave defense. It seemed fun. It's kind of like their placeholder for no single player, I guess. That was kind of their thing.
Yeah, I suppose.
Exciting, and obviously...
I kind of feel like if any game can, or that DICE can translate to like their kind of way they build their games, I think Battlefront would have been it's like
Yeah.
the closest thing they could have done.
Yeah, I think it's definitely really good. It looked good, and I'm glad DICE is doing it, and I'm glad they're doing it now, not earlier.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be a much better game for it from all the experiences they've learned, and obviously they're staying true to the Star Wars core, not venturing outside the originals, using original effects, and it looks like a Star Wars nerd's true game here. So anything else anyone
Those are
wanted to
good.
say about that? So it's pretty
No,
much
I'm
like
just-
the rundown there.
It looks good. I'm just scared about the scaling. That's it. I'm scared that
Yeah.
it's gonna be
Well,
like
we'll see.
20 on 20 on a huge planet.
If they make the maps the right size, it all comes just down to really map design and how they control the flow of the game. We'll see.
It, like,
I mean,
because
the whole,
Go ahead. Sorry.
you don't want. I mean, not the whole time. You don't necessarily need like hectic, insane, just like 20-man firefights in like a 100 square yard radius. You don't
But
really.
when have you seen
you don't
Star Wars
always
where
need
there
that.
wasn't just like dudes everywhere? I suppose the
know,
originals, the scale was also
I get what you're
smaller,
saying, but I mean, there's got to be some diversity in how the game plays out, and obviously we also saw Heroes. Can't really forget that part. And Darth Vader. came
Yeah,
in.
like that's what I was
Check them
gonna
out.
bring up was like the
Yeah.
guy was talking about how like it like really emphasizes like team coordination to like fight the heroes if like the other team gets one. It's like, yeah, everyone
Yeah.
shoot at the Jedi.
And obviously most of the
That's the
gameplay
level
was
of team coordination that it takes.
Yeah, most of the gameplay obviously was staged, so they made it look really
Oh
pretty.
yeah, that was like super staged.
But
It was
like I saw.
it was
it was
super
really
staged.
TIE
cool
fighter
though
and
when
then-
that guy got picked up by Darth Vader.
Yeah, the TIE fighter and
Yeah.
stuff when it came, like when they were flying through those, like the little canyon or whatever you want to call it. Or,
Oh, that was my
they
favorite
did like a
part of the
head-on
entire
pass.
trailer.
I was like, what the? No
Yeah.
one's gonna be able to fly one of those like that unless like
Yeah.
you're amazing. But dude,
And I remember when this was announced, when they announced first and third person, I was like, oh great, here we go. Now that I've seen it, I'm convinced it looks great.
Yeah.
I'm totally for it. So I know that was kind of a thing, but I think that's probably just about everything that needs to be said, unless you guys have something else. I think that about covered it. And yeah, we went over the co-op, so we don't need to go into that.
Alright, yeah.
so that's pretty much it for EA, right? Nothing else we need to say about E EA.
I think that was everything. Let me look through my list here. Yeah, that was all their announcements. It was they had a solid showing.
Yeah, not spectacular, but good.
I mean, obviously Battlefront kind
Yeah,
of
that was
stole the
their,
show
That was their headline.
from most of the conferences. Really, that was really their that was it for them. They really could have just not shown anything else, and we would have been satisfied.
Whoa.
The only other game that really like grabbed my attention on the list was Mass Effect, and Mirror's Edge also slightly. So anyway,
Yeah,
I guess
don't
it's
know.
on.
Mass Effect is probably not for me.
Yeah,
But anyway, yeah,
Anyway.
we can move on.
moving on.
So yeah,
It's a
go ahead,
podcast.
like, subscribe, share the video, guys. Let us know what you liked about EA's press conference. I am Radio. This is Josh and Jacob. Go ahead and say bye, guys.
See you later.
Yeah, go ahead and check out our other post-conference conversations, and yeah, we'll see you guys later.